Shalom and welcome to 2 Minutes of Torah. This year is entitled Going Away to Uman or to any other place on Rosh Hashana. So we know that tens and tens of thousands of our fellow Jews, of our holy brothers, went away to Uman for Rosh Hashana. And there are a lot of interesting shaylas that come up here. One, leaving Eretz Yisrael is one question. Two, not being with the family in terms of the mitzvah Simchat Yontif and Mesameach, rejoicing with your wife. Three, what if it's Shana Rishona? Person just got married, is he allowed to leave? And then four, a question of Dorei Shalamitim. So truthfully, each topic requires its own shiur, but just an overview. So of course, anytime we approach any topic, it has to be with complete objective analysis of halacha, and no one should come in with preconceived notions one way or another. So, regarding leaving Eretz Yisrael, it's a fantastic sugya. The fact is, from the Rambam, there's three permits to leave Israel. One is for parnasah, one is for look for a wife, and one is to find a rebbe. First glance, so going to daven outside of Israel doesn't seem so simple, but the Mishnah already talks about a person going to see a friend, that also might be a legitimate reason to leave Israel. Sheva Levi talks about going to see the Niflaot HaBorei, the Grand Canyon, the Swiss Alps. So in terms of leaving Eretz Yisrael, Rav Mordechai Eliyahu was pretty strict about it, so he would probably not be happy about a person going to a kever outside of Eretz Yisrael, but other poskim would be more makel. If that would be a meaningful experience for the person, some poskim would be makel at that point. Regarding Simchat Yontif, so a person has to be mesameach his wife. The Gemara talks about it, ways to mesameach wife, buying nice clothing and things that she'll really enjoy. So even if the person's away, he should make sure he takes care of that mitzvah as well. Regarding being mesameach, or the first year of marriage, it's a fascinating question. The Sefer HaChinuch does say that just like he cannot go out to war, Milchemet Rashut, for the first year, so too, he cannot go out for anything. He cannot go away for business either in the first year of marriage. That is the Chinuch's position. The commentary, the notes on the Chinuch challenge that, but the Chinuch does say a person cannot go away for the year. And even if she's mochelet and she doesn't mind, she says, no, it's fine. Chinuch is not so sure about that. However, this halacha did not find its way into Shulchan Aruch. In Siman Samech Dalet and Even Ezer, he writes that a chatan must misameach his kala for 7 days if it's a first marriage for either one of them. The Pitrei Tshuva on the bottom notes that there's a controversy whether for the first year of marriage he can go away for business and things like that. Is the prohibition only for war, or for anything he must be with his wife for the first year? It is a machloket, and there are those, so many don't hold it's an issur to begin with to go away in the first year. And even those who do go, some hold that she could be a mevatera, she could give it up and say, no, I don't mind if you go. So here too, if she says, belev shalom, no, I don't mind you go, even in the first year, then there's room to be maker with that. Regarding Dorei Shalamitim, that's a fascinating sugya, talking to the dead. There's a lot of different opinions on that, requires its own separate shiur. But let's suffice it to say, if he goes ahead and does not talk directly to the soul of the deceased, please do this for me, please do that for me, and just goes to daven to Hashem in the merit of this person, where the person and his life inspires you, but you're not talking directly, then you avoid a lot of halachic shaylas. The one who is most machmir in this topic is the Chayei Adam and Chachmat Adam. He's very machmir, not communicating to the dead in any way, and he also could be considered Dorei Shalamitim. So in sum, if a person really finds this an inspiring experience, and he should talk this over with his Rav, is this considered inspiring for him, and is it valuable? Should he stay in here in Eretz Yisrael? Is it something that he could leave for or not? All these things, of course, has to be spoken over with a Rav, but from an objective standpoint, in terms of these four shaylas, it's just a little bit of an overview of four of the points that come up regarding a person leaving to Chutz La'aretz. And the shayla, of course, could apply to someone who goes to his Rebbe in Eretz Yisrael, where he doesn't have the question of leaving Eretz Yisrael, doesn't have the question of mace, the Rebbe's alive, but the other two shaylas, of course, have to be analyzed as well when a person goes. Gor Hasidim go, Baruch Hashem, thousands and thousands and thousands with their Rebbe, and the bells of Rebbe, etc., etc. So those two of the four shaylas, of if it's a Shana Rishona, or if the question of leaving on Yontif, and Mesamech, the wife, that applies as well. And of course, what has to be discussed further is the mitzvah of Simchat Yontif, how that applies to Rosh Hashanah. The other three Yom Tovim, for sure, there's a mitzvah to mesameach one's wife and kids. How that applies on Rosh Hashanah, Mitzvah Hashem will discuss that another time. Shalom.